So today is Tuesday, and it's been a...
What year is it?
well, depending on how you want to look at it, it could be 1965
We're
for all.
2017, right?
Yeah, it is 2017.
Oh,
Now,
okay. Could have fooled me.
Now, hold on. Would the world today be a little different if Antifa had not shown up at the Charlottesville rally?
I guess that's the big question, eh?
Because this is this has been a bad week and a half for the conservative aspect of the political spectrum. The Nazis have made a statement. It has been published around the world, so much so that we even have foreign countries talking, and I'll bring this up later, talking about how we should do our shit. Now, we are talking about the Americas, the United States of America, but it is spilling over into Canada.
A show that's fucking going on in America. Let's from my I'm gonna say I do not condone hate. I think these Nazi motherfuckers are assholes. These people, white supremacists, white national, whatever you want to call them. If you hate somebody because of their color of their skin, you, sir, or ma'am, or person, or an asshole.
Yes, and I agree. Being a Nazi is not the way to go about trying to change the world. Now, everybody knows at this point in time there was a rally in Charlottesville about something. Nobody, depending on who you talk to, the rallies were about completely and totally different things. Somebody died. This is a horrible tragedy.
Somebody was murdered.
Somebody was murdered.
Like,
dozens of people were injured. This guy that did it should have the book thrown at him. If you could make a terrorism charge stick,
do it.
Get it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can find people that helped him, get them too. He shouldn't be treated different because of the color of his skin. He should be treated because he's a murderer.
That's bottom line what he is. He's a
right
murderer,
there.
And he should be treated as one. He should be like, that's horrible to do what he did. I was like, when I read like what happened, I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I've seen a lot of the footage about what's happened, and it's horrible to
watch. That it's very cringeworthy and shocking to watch somebody. I don't understand how somebody could just point a vehicle at a crowd of people and step on the gas, knowing what's going to happen. And it's like luckily only one. Well, not luckily. It's shitty that one person, but I'm surprised more people didn't end up dead.
Well, yeah, considering how many people were in the area at the time, it is a blessing that it's not worse.
With all that's been happening, obviously there's another incident in Barcelona, but that's for another day. It makes me not want to be around a lot of, like, in crowds of people. It makes you mindful and worry about being in a crowded area out in public now.
Yeah. In
my mind, I'm like, well, I shouldn't have to worry about crazy people driving into me with their car.
That's part of that is part of why terrorists do what they do, is because they want to terrorize. They want to terrorize people so they don't feel safe going into crowds, into anything like this. Now, it's Trump Tuesday, so we're going to talk about Trump. Now, Trump has always been very quick, especially considering he has a Twitter account, to identify and call out certain things. There was a terror attack in Barcelona. Somebody actually drove a van into a crowd of people.
Within hours.
And within hours, Trump has said it's a terrorist attack.
Yeah, he condoned it. And
this rally that happened in Charlottesville, he didn't come out right away.
He didn't come out at all. He didn't.
No, he was forced to later.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like Barcelona, whereas, within a few hours, he was like, "Oh, we stand with you, Barcelona. This terrorist attack is a horrible thing, blah, blah, blah." This one, he had ended up having 2 press conferences, and the first one, and I'm sorry, I agree with him with what he said in this first one. He says what happened was bad. violence from both sides cannot be encouraged. I do not.
You're a racist. This is the problem with this whole situation that's happening, and this is where it's very hard to talk about, because when he came out and said what he said, I'm on the same page as you. I go, well, actions and violence from both ends are bad.
Yep.
I don't care what your reasons for violence are. I don't care who started it. Violence is bad. This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. There's memes and there's shit everywhere about all this stuff. We sit here and we cheer as a society somebody punching the shit out of somebody wearing a Nazi symbol. We're like, yeah, you get him, you get him, you get him. And we cheer that. Which, okay. But then we sit here and we condone somebody beating up somebody for the color of their skin. What? Does that make sense? Am I seeing this from a weird way?
No,
and
this is how the reflection of the world is being cast, is because if you are attacking a Nazi, it's okay.
You're a hero. You are a hero.
If you're attacking a person of color, you're a racist.
Or somebody because of their religion,
yeah,
you are a racist. And I'm like,
and it's just like, both of those are violence.
So because of the reason behind the one, it's good, and the other, it's not.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of confused here.
And watching the media just
glorify this.
You know, they're like, oh, you have to condone white supremacy and the KKK and Nazis. And he did it the next day. He said, oh, I condone the actions by the KKK, by white supremacists, by neo-Nazis, etc., etc., etc. And it's like, okay, fine. The media got what they wanted. And it's like, and then the next day he was asked another question, and he's like, oh, there was violence on both sides.
Which there was.
Now, again, my question at the beginning was, if Antifa wasn't there,
what would happen?
Would somebody still be dead? There are no guarantees to this question. Because who knows, that guy who did drive into a crowd might still have driven into a crowd. He might have attacked a synagogue. He might have attacked a mosque. Who knows?
Well, that's the problem. Was the violence escalated because of the one side, the anti-protesters, or whatever you want to call them?
There were two sides. There was there was a white nationalist who had neo-Nazi elements inside of it. And then you had the Antifa side, anti-fascism side, which are basically a bunch of thugs. Who are there to
who want peace through violence. That's what when I was looking that up, I was like, they want to get peace through violence, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Now the Antifa side is made out of people that are against fascist, which great. So everybody should be against fascism. But this side also has communists in it too.
This past week has made me like really ask myself, am I a racist? Because I don't support the Antifa, whatever, Antifa? Left, right, whatever fucking side they are.
And that's what.
So does that make me a racist because I don't support their actions?
And that's what is happening right now. Is because of this flashpoint, people are being forced to choose sides.
I don't want to choose a side.
Nobody wants. Most people are quite content being in the middle, and going a little bit right, going a little bit left. But what's happening is all these Antifa people are going, if you don't believe in what we believe, you're a fascist, you're a homophobe, you're Islamophobic, you're something phobe, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a hater.
This is the problem that I'm having.
All these white nationalists, and I use quotes here because there are Nazis in there, these white nationalists are feeding off of this and going to these people that are being called racists, fascists, senators, like, hey, we accept you over here. And these people are going, but I don't want to be over there.
No.
And these Antifa people are going, well, you're a racist. And then these guys in the middle are going, you hate me. I don't know why you hate me. And then Antifa's like, because you don't agree with us. And it's like, we don't have to agree with you.
I don't agree with your methods of I don't. I'm so lost. I'm like, why do I have to be labeled something? Why do I have to have a label stuck on me? Like, am I racist? I don't even know anymore. I have absolutely no idea what a racist person is anymore. Because I don't support one side. I'm racist, and I'm like, what?
Exactly. A lot of what's happening is this forced conversion of people. Like, these people are being pushed in a direction that they don't want to go. And some of them are just going, well, if I'm being pushed in this direction, I might as well go in that direction. And, this is where all this shit is happening.
An asshole makes you, being an asshole makes you an asshole. Not the color of your skin, not what you believe. Punching somebody in the face for no reason makes you an asshole. Like, I don't care what you did. The act of violence, to me, is what the problem is. You know what I mean? And it's like, we live in a world of free speech, and to sit there, okay, there's been businesses and websites like GoDaddy has taken down white supremacist websites, which is fine. They're a private entity. They're a private business. They can do what they want. OkCupid took down the Chris, whatever his name is. I don't even know his name because I don't give a fuck. The head of the Nazi party or some shit. I don't even know. They took his dating profile off their website, which good on them because you're a private company. You can do what you want. I support that 100%, but I support their ability to talk about what they want. Does it mean that I support them? No. Their message is ridiculous.
This is where a lot okay. In Canada, we don't have the same free speech laws as the states do. We have a lot of similar rights, but we don't have all of the rights. And what people... It's the same for both. What people don't understand is just because somebody can talk doesn't mean you have to care what they are speaking.
Exactly. Like, words are only, to me, words only have the power that you give them. If somebody calls me fat, right? If my wife calls me fat, that hurts because I love her, and the words that she says hurt me. There's an intimate
relationship there.
If Joe Blow on the street calls me fat, I go, okay, great. I don't give a fuck because I don't know who you are and you're nothing. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things of us when we were growing up. You have to develop a bit of a thick skin to survive in life because people are assholes, right? But nowadays, that thick skin isn't being developed like it used to be because it's being taught that.
Because you're being told that you don't have to take that. I'm not saying you have to take being oppressed and chained up in a cage or being used or whatever.
But if somebody calls you fat,
if somebody calls you a word,
you just keep walking.
Or if a business sits there and goes, "We don't want to serve you because of your color," to me, I go, "Okay, well, I don't want to be here." I'm glad that I know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I know that. I can tell my friends. I can tell the people that I know. I can tell people that respect me. I can tell people that I have respect for not to use this business because they discriminated against me. And what will that do? Hopefully, that'll close that business. Hopefully, that'll hurt that business. And hopefully, they will go out of business because no business should be, in my mind, should operate under that kind of premise. Like, I don't think you should discriminate people based on their color, religion, gender, or whatever. You know what I mean? But I support that business being able to do that. It would hurt them in my mind. If you don't want black people in your business, I support your ability to do that because it's your own business.
Exactly.
I will not support you. I will not give you my money, but I support your ability to do that.
So right now, conservatives on the political spectrum are having to do some soul searching right now because of what happened in Charlottesville. Because neo-Nazis. Because people associate the alt-right with conservatism, and now, because of what happened in Charlottesville, alt-right is being associated with neo-Nazis and violence. And conservatives are having to make a stand and state, we don't agree with this. We are not alt-right. Conservatives are right on the spectrum, but we are not the alt-right. And people blend a lot of these things together, and it's starting to show. More and more people have to stand up. Like Trump saying in 3 different speeches, what he said in his first speech, he condones the violence on both sides. There was violence on both sides. Go out there.
It doesn't matter who started it. There's still violence on both sides.
Yeah, there was violence on both sides. Now, I've watched a lot of footage from this thing, and honestly, in one of the footage pieces that I was watching, there's guys with Confederate flags, helmets, shields, walking away from the rally because it was declared illegal and they had to disband. These other people were following, brandishing sticks. There was one fellow, he was taking it and he was swinging it like he was practicing swinging a bat, and he's looking at them, and every now and then he'd be like this. And it's just like, the camera, you can see all kinds of people with cameras and taking pictures, and they're following, and it's just like, if this one group hadn't shown up, this other group just would have went away. There would be, I don't think there would have been, because to have a fight, you need two people, right?
Yeah.
Now,
you can't fight yourself.
You can have a really one-sided fight, like one guy just beating the piss out of one guy. But Antifa, generally, when they show up, there is violence. The Berkeley riots, when Milo Yiannopoulos was supposed to speak at the University of California, Berkeley. He was supposed to speak there. Antifa showed up, all dressed in black, Molotov cocktails, sticks as weapons. They rioted, they threw firebombs, they got his speech canceled. The press gave them a free pass. And this is starting to... the press has shown that they are left-leaning. And this showed really, really hard this past week. Because, they're talking to Trump, the president, saying, oh, you have to condemn white supremacists. It's like, well, the Antifa people were there too. And they caused a lot of problems. Now, I know this sounds really like...
well, it sounds like you're racist, and that's the problem, is that when you don't sit there and you don't condone... the Nazis, white supremacists, you're racist. No, I don't believe what their message is. You know what I mean? But we sit here and we want to live in a world free of hate. We want to live in this fantasy kumbaya world, which is never going to happen. I condone the actions of violence. I condone the actions of property defecation. So I don't care who's doing it or for what reason they're doing it. I will not support that. I support their ability. So this is what I don't get. Like, what's the difference between a bunch of white supremacists getting together and yelling out the Jews will not replace us for a couple hours, peacefully, and what's the difference between me walking down the street saying, I like oranges, I like oranges?
No, okay.
Or a whole bunch of us walking down the
hold
street.
on. You have a great example. They were chanting, Jews will not replace us, blood and fire or something?
I don't know.
Okay, Jews will not replace us. Well, Black Lives Matters chants, they also chanted White Lives Matter. So these guys with tiki torches were marching and they were saying White Lives Matter. Well, Black Lives Matter marched and they were saying Black Lives Matter. But when the press covers them, it's fawning. They love black. But when the press was covering the white people saying White Lives Matter, it was like, oh, look at these neo-Nazis. Look at them. They're trying to bring fascism. They're fascist.
Well, they're coming from... They're saying that the reason that they're doing that is because Black Lives Matter is to stop the oppression of that and the beatings and the killings. And the white guys are, well, they're spreading hate. They're spreading all that stuff. And I'm
really?
Like,
so when Black Lives Matter gathers together and says, piggies in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
No, I get it. I'm like,
right?
To me, this is
that right there is stating that it's okay to attack cops. Whereas,
like I said, it's okay to punch a Nazi.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of his beliefs, but it's not okay to punch a Jew because of their beliefs.
Okay, the internet exploded with memes about this whole thing, and one of the memes was Ann Coulter, a right-wing correspondence, she said that the left is Antifa is given a free pass, and it's okay to beat somebody as long as you call them a Nazi first.
It seems that way. It almost seems that way.
And that's what it's starting to become. And this polarization, I really don't like it when people keep saying polarization, but I'm starting to understand why they use it. But it's you're getting to this us or them, and people are like, "Oh, this is all because of Trump," and it's like, no, it's because of the media. Because
this has been. If you think that this is because of Trump, you're living in a bubble. I don't know what. These people have been here for years, many decades.
The KKK has been around for a long time. They
They
didn't go away. They just stopped being loud because nobody listened to them.
Yeah, and now we're listening. We're giving them.
Now
stop covering it.
You can cover it, but you just make it a 5-second blurb. Oh, the KKK had a rally today.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Who cares?
Goodbye.
Or don't bring it up if somebody gets murdered. Say there was a murder today. Somebody ran a car, murdering somebody. I'm just wondering. We sit here and we whose morals do we go by to set? You want to ban and you can't. Hate is subjective.
Yep.
So how do you regulate it? How do you how do you put a law under it?
And
whose
this whole
morality do you
and this
go
whole
by?
Charlottesville has shown us. Yes, we may not like the fact that neo-Nazis speak, but you have to let them speak, because if they are silenced,
Then you have to be
the
silenced.
same thing that are used against them to silence them will be used against you. Because I was so flabbergasted by this. People of color are saying, they've wanted equality. They've been talking about equality. Now they're starting to say, oh, well, people, mulattoes, for lack of a better term, half-breeds, they shouldn't enjoy the full come on, word.
I don't know where you're trying to go here. So.
They shouldn't be treated like full people of color, because they don't have as much. They have more privilege than full people of color. So, and it's just like, so you're stating that a person that's half black shouldn't be as equal as a person who is all black. So you are now starting to exclude other people because they don't meet your qualifications of what you think should be, and this is how you want to apply things to the world. So you get rid of the Nazis.
Anything that's subjective, you can't apply anything to. You can't regulate. You can't put a law on because it's subjective. Because my views and my morals are different than yours.
Yes.
And you can't put a line on that. You can't. And when you try to, you're gonna oppress people and you're gonna get people mad. This is what I think that we should do as a society. Okay? Government, fuck off with hate. Okay? You have no place trying to regulate hate, trying to regulate crap like that.
We have laws.
If a law is broken, I don't care what the reason is. If you are violent or you vandalize something, you should be treated as a criminal. I don't care what the reason is. The law should take care of you. Okay?
Yes.
Now, private sector. If you have a business or you own a business or you're a business owner or you're a higher up and you're responsible for hiring, firing, and you have people in your business who are white supremacists, who are violent, who are criminals, get them out. Okay? If you are...
hold on. Yes, I agree to getting them out if they are causing violence. If they are being criminal while working for you. If they come to you and they have a criminal record,
if I found out I had a Nazi working for me at my business, I don't care what I'd be like, no, I don't believe that. You represent my company. I don't want you representing my company. I'll give you your 2 weeks severance pay. I will do it legally, but I'm terminating your employment here because you represent my company. Okay, and I think that I'm okay with private businesses doing that.
Okay, hold on. A criminal though, like if he's committing a crime while working for you, would you get rid of him? But if
he's committing a crime, yes.
Okay, but if he came to you and had a criminal history,
I wouldn't hire him in the first place, probably, if I knew about it.
Oh, so you were not willing to give somebody a second chance?
Well, it depends what their criminal history is.
If they've served time in jail, they come out, they should technically...
Yeah, I'm going to give you a second chance.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a second chance.
I want to clarify just
absolutely.
in case.
I'm not going to be like, oh, you're a criminal? No, forget you. But I'm saying, like, if you know a business that discriminates based on color, religion, creed, gender, I think that we as a society need to out these businesses and say, okay, we're not going to support you giving you my money. You know what I mean? I don't think, because you can't, once you try to put a law on hate, I think because hate is subjective.
Yes.
You can't do it because what I hate is not what you hate.
Yep.
And what we hate is not what everybody else hates, because whose line do we use?
Well, and that's the thing, is Peter Jordanson, he put on a video, you can look it out on, you should be able to find it on YouTube. He hasn't quite been completely taken off quite yet. He put on a video and it's called Is This Muhammad? And it's a smiley face. You know, emoji con and smiley face, right? But that's what it is. Now, it's not. It's just a smiley face. But if you wanted to be an asshole, you could say, yeah, that's a picture of Muhammad. And in the Islamic tradition, you can't have pictures of Muhammad. You can't draw, right? So at that point in time, that's that subjectiveness right there, in a nutshell. A picture can be whatever the hell you want it to be. You cannot make things subjective. So this whole thing that's been going on has become a case of shades of gray, and too many people are trying to make too many shades out of it, and it's just like, no, some things are pretty black and some things are pretty white, and you should be trying to align yourself a little bit more along the lines instead of looking at all the shades of gray, because it's saying somebody
what we're trying to do here as a society. What are we like? Are we trying to create a world of unicorns and rainbows? You know, I'm just like, what are we? I don't. I've said it many times, and I can't say it enough. I don't support somebody hating somebody for their color or their religion or their gender or their creed. I never will. But I sit there and I go, well, you can do that as long as you don't harm them. Like, as long as you don't do anything to hurt them physically,
or say harm them. You know, because actually it is against the law when you incite violence. It's like, if you go up and you sit in front of a podium and it's like, we have to kill everybody that believes in the color yellow.
Okay, well then that person who says that should be charged to the fullest extent of the law.
Yeah.
I'm just...
This
it hurts me, man. It does.
This week it's kind of like, you know, okay, the conservatives have to kind of make a point in saying this is not us, and a lot of people are saying this is not conservatism. Alt-right is not conservatism, and a lot of the left is attacking everybody on the right, and you're making the people on the right uncomfortable. People on the right aren't Nazis.
Not all of them, no.
Some are.
Some are, yeah. So
there are some Nazis people on the left are Nazis too. And you may disagree, and it's like, well, you know that fascism and communism are actually technically on the same side of the political spectrum.
Fuck, this political spectrum is pissing me off. Everything's got to have a label.
No, you're right. And this is a flaw of humanity, is that we have to label everything. We have to put a label on it. We have to put it in a box.
You have to put it, yeah. Because if you don't, easily. You're like, well, what are you? You're what? Huh? We don't know what you are. What? Huh? You're right. I'm me.
It's one of those things of how do I interact with you if I don't know what you are?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you identify as an Apache helicopter, well, how? I don't know how to.
Why don't you just interact with me and just find out that hey, you're an asshole or you're a good person?
Honestly, if you were an Apache helicopter, I'd try to hop on you and fly you around and shoot missiles.
Fucking Jesus Christ! What are we?
Sorry.
I'm a human being. That's what I. I'm a human being. You can talk to me if you want, and if you don't, then don't. It doesn't matter to me. You're an asshole, no matter what. You're a criminal if you commit a crime. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe.
Stop being assholes.
Exactly. Stop being assholes. And this is.
I think the golden rule applies to everything. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Absolutely.
If you want to have people be an asshole to you, you're going to be an asshole to them.
If you want people to punch you, I guess if you're going to punch other people, they're probably going to punch you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's view, everybody's opinion, everybody thinks that their opinion is
the right one.
The right one, and it's like it takes a very intelligent, a very strong-willed individual to be able to go, well, my opinion is not the end-all, be-all of the world. My opinion is my opinion. This is how I view things. Is it right? Probably not.
Sometimes
will it work for everybody? Probably not.
I may be right until I have an open mind to be proven wrong.
Exactly. And that's the problem when you're the very extreme end of the political spectrum.
Yep.
You have a very closed mind.
Yes.
And that is your issue. When you're a Nazi, you're an idiot because you have a very closed mind. When you're an AFTA, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself,
Antifa.
You're just as much an idiot as this
Nazis.
Person because you have a very closed mind. Because of your opinion. And when you're in the center, well, I don't know what the fuck we are anymore. Because apparently that's where I am on the political spectrum. I'm somewhere in the middle of all this mess.
And I keep telling you guys out there, I lean to the right. But that does not make me a Nazi.
Fuck, I don't even know where I am. I honestly, when I sit there and I try
That's
to...
why he's the center, because he doesn't know where he is.
I have absolutely no idea. Because I sit there and I go... okay. When Donald Trump stood up on the podium and went, I condone the violence from both sides, I went, absolutely. Yes. And then when he went, I think there are very fine people on both sides, I went, whoa! Yes. What are you doing? You're calling people not... What? When he said there's very fine people who are Nazis, I went, whoa! What are you doing? Nope. Nope.
And that's the thing. That's right there, is that first press conference should have been it. Because he said it right the first time. But then
the media was like, you didn't condone it.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, he did. He said
condoned
there was
everybody.
Violence on both sides. Stop.
I went, I agree with you, Trump. I went, yes, you are right. I condone the violence from both sides. Yes. Yes, absolutely. And then the media went, blah, blah, blah. I went, wow, what? He's racist? Oh, God, am I racist? And that's where this whole confusion started. It started in my brain. I went, am I racist? Because I condone the violence from both sides. Oh, no.
And this is where this video might come really bad, is because both of us might sound like we're agreeing with the right. And
I'm racist then. I went, but I'm not.
According to the media,
I'm
we're
racist.
falling into that racist category, and neither...
But when I see a black person on the street, I'm not like, I hope you die. I hate you because of your skin color. No, I go, I don't even think anything. I go, you're a human being. We're walking past each other, or I'm interacting with you.
It's more like the only time when I'm walking beside somebody in the street, if they're bigger than me, it's okay. I worry.
I don't.
That's it. It's like, is he going to rob me?
I'm going to be worried about a person in a dark alley, regardless of your color, because it's midnight and it's a dark alley.
Yeah,
and I should be wary of that. And I'm probably making a stupid decision, and I should be asking myself how I got here in the first place.
Do I really need to be in this alley right now?
Why am I in this alley at 2 a.m? Yeah. What am I doing? What life decisions have I made to be here? And I'm going to be scared no matter who's there. So yeah, I think that's kind of this. Every time I see things, I go.
The media, unfortunately, has muddied the water so much this past week with everything, all the, in my opinion, bullshit shit that they are espousing. And unfortunately, the conservative aspect of North America now actually have to start stating that they are not Nazis. And the way to go, left. Is this what you want? You want all these people to say they're not Nazis? Because you shouldn't.
We shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to.
Because these people aren't Nazis.
Like
those people who had the Nazi swastika on a flag stick, he's a Nazi.
Yeah, no shit.
But just because
Hold
I
on.
don't agree with you,
let me
doesn't
check.
make...
Do I have a... Okay,
Swastika?
do I have a swastika anywhere?
No, not in
No
your back.
swastikas in my pocket.
Tattoos?
No tattoos. Nope. No swastikas. Okay. So
I'm still not a Nazi.
Am I racist? Because I agreed with Trump's statement about violence on both sides. I still have no idea.
No, and that's a problem. Is like we agree with what Trump said, and he didn't say anything bad.
I agree with the
But
first
the way,
statement he made.
Yeah, the way
100%.
everybody talks, the way the media talks about it, he just said the most
He
wrong
supports
things.
racism. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and it's like, no, he doesn't.
he supports racism because the white nationalists came out and said he didn't condone us, so he supports us. I don't think it works that way.
The white nationalists said Trump. Trump, unless he says, I support Nazism, doesn't support Nazism.
Yeah, I don't think... I'm wondering... Yeah, this is... I'm sitting here going, did Trump say that he supports them? And I missed it?
No. And that's the thing. And this is one of those things of... this is one of those things that happen in the politics, is that a media organization has fallen apart because of this. And a lot of the media is stating that...
Doesn't the Rebel come under fire because they're...
Though they fell apart. They have... I have no idea what's going on with them. It's going to be one of those finding things out, because... Anyways...
I saw something in the news and I was like, the Rebel? What? Huh?
One of their media people was there. She was actually... one of the videotapes you see, that was her footage.
Oh.
People are saying, oh, she was sympathetic to the white nationalists. I'm like... Can you guys actually quote?
Yeah.
Because I watched that video. Now there are two aspects to the video. There's the pay aspect, because they actually, if you pay, you can watch their videos, or you can get the free stuff. Now in their free stuff, nowhere in there does she say, I support white people. She says these people have a right to speak due to free speech laws.
I support the right to free speech. I don't support what they're saying.
Yeah.
So that makes me racist. Okay.
Yeah, that's
but I support you guys over here too. Yes, I support your ability to say that that what they say is not right. Oh, you just punched that guy in the face? I don't support that.
No.
You're an asshole. Oh, you punched him back? You're an asshole. Oh, you broke that statue? Oh, you're a criminal.
Yeah. Like, the people that pulled that statue down should be charged.
You're a criminal.
That's vandalism.
The person who beat that person up should be charged. The person who beat that person should be charged.
What
am I missing here?
And that's the entire thing.
What am I missing?
The police are not doing anything. The police should be in there, water cannons just blasting away indiscriminately at all those people involved. Get them the fuck off the streets. Start doing your fucking jobs, because nobody is doing it.
Nope.
When you say, oh, you have to disband from this illegal gathering, fine, that's what you're allowed to as police. But then you say, oh, you have to go this way, and there's another group of people that want to kick your ass. No. You don't tell these people that are going to fight to go towards each other. You tell these people that are going to fight to go, you go that way, you go that way. If none of you guys are going to do that, we're going to water cannon the fuck out of all of you.
If you guys, I'm so confused. And this is what this week has done. I think to not just us or me, or I think it's done it to a lot of people. And it's just like you said, it's muddied the water, and we're talking in circles, and we don't even know where we are anymore. We're just like, what is happening? I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm so over it. I'm so over both sides. I'm so over everybody.
I'm actually really angry about this whole thing, because it's just like, we knew what we were. like conservatives. We knew what we were, but now you guys are saying we're not. And it's just like, I've always hated when people say, oh, you're this. It's like...
No, I'm not. I'm me. I'm what, huh?
No. Do you want to tell me why?
I'm told
it's like, well, because you are. No.
It's been said white people have to do their job. They have to do more. And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to pledge as a white person right now. I have 2 young children. I am going to raise my children to respect everybody equally. I myself am going to respect everybody equally. If you're an asshole, I'm going to treat you like an asshole. Regardless of your creed, your skin color, your religion, your gender, your sexuality, I am going to raise my children to be the same way. And that's what I'm going to do. And I ask you, people out there, to do the same thing. Please, raise yourself free of hate. Just raise your children free of hate. Because children do not see color. They just see people. And we've seen it. And when you see children, maybe don't go to a playground, but because you'll be like...
Creepy?
Yeah, that'll be weird. But just watch children. If you have children in school, or you have children in daycare, or you see children at the playground, just watch how they interact. And watch how they are around each other. And you'll see that's how we need to be as adults. Because kids just want to play. They just want to pretend to be firemen, pretend to be police people, or pretend to be hockey stars or football stars, and they want to use their imagination. When you watch children, it's so reassuring, and it's so nice to sit there and go, I wish I had that imagination. I wish I had the ability to just get lost in something. Because the way this world is nowadays is very depressing when you're an adult. Because you have to be labeled something. You have to... I don't even know. So, that's my pledge as a person. I'm going to do that. As a dad, as a human being, that's what I'm going to do.
And I try to live by the golden rule.
And that's so do I. I live by that rule too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's all we can do is just... I don't even know.
This has been a frustrating couple of weeks, honestly. You know, it's been teeth grinding. You know, just grinding my teeth away. My dentist is going to hate me for it. And
just let us know what you guys are thinking up there.
This is an interesting topic of debate because, you know, when you talk to other people, what are they saying? Do they agree with you? Do they not agree with you?
Racist.
But
that's what they're going to say.
Are they calling you a racist because
Probably.
You don't agree with them?
And then that's a problem. That's like a conversation ender. You're racist. Oh, fuck. How do I get over that now?
Ben Shapiro said it best. It's like, when you get to that point and somebody says, you're a racist, Ben Shapiro said, call them an asshole and walk away.
That's right. You're an asshole, regardless of your skin color, if you're an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to leave us a like or a dislike.
Yeah, you might not like what we just said, but what
if you don't, if you hit that dislike button, just tell us why below that you can. No, we won't follow you on Instagram. Stop asking us, Jesus. And don't forget to subscribe because we stick our feet in our mouths all the time on this show.
Oh yes, we do, quite regularly,
all the time. It's great. It's fantastic fun, and see you guys later.
See ya.